question is question 6 of page 23 of the unit 1. For this context, it said once a person is all criminal liability is removed. An acquittal is a verdict that stems from judicial proceeding and is but one possible resolution of a criminal trial. As you can see, in the blank, has, is, that is a verb to be, comes before it. So, the part of speech in the blank might be verb in a passive voice or noun or even an adjective. Let's see the word in the box below. As you can see, it is the part of speech that I mentioned it before. So I think we must find the part of speech or the keyword. Let's see the context clue. Start from the all criminal liability is removed. This sentence goes behind the blank. So I think this sentence might describe the first sentence. And this sentence, I think it is positive because liability is removed. I think it is a good thing. So in the blank, I think might be something positive. So let's see the word below. What word have a positive meaning? Retribution is a negative word, same as perpetrate, imprisonment, recklessness. All of this has a negative meanings. But acquit and rehabilitate has a positive meaning. And these two words both have ed behind it. So if we use to fill in the blank with is, that is a verb to be. This word can be passive voice. Let's see the next keyword in this context. I think the keyword is acquittal. Acquittal is a noun. Acquittal means a setting free from the charge of an offense by verdict. And the word that have a positive meaning that we choose have acquit and rehabilitate. I think the word acquit is matching with acquittal from this sentence because let's see the meaning of acquit. Acquit is a verb that means to discharge completely as from an accusation or obligation, which match with the meaning of acquittal. That means the setting free from the charge of an offense by verdict. As you can see, acquit means to discharge, and this sentence have a same meaning because liability is removed. So, the most appropriate word in the blank is acquit.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about Unit 2, page 13, about number 2 and number 9. The number 2 is like Thailand's that expressions of women's sexuality leads to crimes against an objection of women. An expression is a noun and the words come before noun will be adjective. So I decided to choose overt. OVERT is mean like ชัดแจ้งโดยเปิดเผย and expression is like a noun like so I think it will be this adjective and then number 9 is like the instituting a new rule that changes textbooks requirements has been a success. So I think the meaning is that a new rule that changes textbook requirements is this meaning is like set a new rule. So I think it will be the word that called legislation is like การออกกฎหมาย so I think about the meanings of this context the word that will be the answer of this question is legislation.
The next question is question 6 of page 23 of unit 2. It say the company plans to the recommendations in its code of practice next year. Now, let's see what part of speech of this context is missing. The company is a noun, and this word play as a subject of this context. Plans is a verb. Plans to plans to comes before verb. So in this blank we must find verb. And the recommendation is a noun that play as a object in this context. Now, let's see the word in the box. Now, we must find the word that is verb. It has one hinder and implement as a verb in this box. First, let's see the meaning of the word hinder. Hinder is a verb. It means to prevent from doing, acting, or happening, or stop. If we try to use hinder to fill in the blanks, the company plans to hinder the recommendation. I think this doesn't make sense because why the company have to plan to stop the recommendation? It doesn't make sense, right? So, let's see the meaning of the implement. Implement is a verb. It means to fulfill, perform, carry out, or to put into effect according to or by means of a definite plans or procedure. If we try to use implement to fill in this blank, the company plans to implement the recommendation in its code of practice next year. This also means the company plans to fulfill the recommendations. I think this makes sense because if you plan to do something, you must want that thing to be complete or succeed. So, I think the most suitable word in this context goes to implement.
Hi, today I'm going to give you tips for a class test. For an example, today is a sentence that my teacher gave me. Okay, let's begin. My first tip is read slowly through the sentence. Okay, let's read it together. Because of differences in blank, the sentence will be confusing. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1 the merger between the two companies proved disastrous. Okay, for me, I understand this sentence clearly, but if you don't understand a word of it, I suggest that you just skip it, because I think that the surrounded words will give you a definition of the word that you don't understand. So I will think that you all understand this sentence, so I will translate it into Thai. Okay? เนื่องจากว่าความแตกต่างในจุด the merger is mean together. Okay? Together การรวมตัวระหว่าง the two companies สองบริษัทนั้นพิสูจน์ให้เห็นถึงความหายนะ so the disastrous I think is from disaster which is a noun that means หายนะ so now we understand all of it, and so move on to the second tip for me is to look at the part of speech. I think this very helpful, but in this exercise not that helpful because there is so many noun. Oh yeah. Okay, because of differences in blank, I will give you a tip of grammar. A preposition is always following by a noun. Maybe it's not a word of noun, maybe it's a gerund also can follow with a preposition. So you look at the words that an exercise give you. Almost of it are noun, so you can eliminate some of the word that is verb and adjective. Okay, to follow with my tips, the third one is eliminate options. As we all know that there is not only one question or one point for me, I will say that a question is a point. Okay, so this exercise have 10 points. So I think that if you can't answer the other questions, other points, and you are sure that your answer is correct, so you just eliminate it from the choice that they give. Okay, the fourth one is go with frequent word. It means I think that when you do a when you do a test, you will have a sense that, oh, I found this word before, I read it before, so you're familiar with it. So I think you have to choose that word first, but it's not always a correct answer, so be careful of it. And the fifth one is to check a tone. Which is you for example, you choose the word that you think that is an answer of the question, and you read out the sentence, and you I think that you can feel it that it is correct or not. I'm not sure how to tell you that feeling. Okay, so for this one, I will give you an example to check a tone, like a plaintiff I think that everyone know what that means, right? Yeah. A plaintiff is a noun, means a person who brings a civil action against someone in the court of law. Okay. Yeah. So if you put it in the sentence and read it all together, because of differences in plaintiff, the merger between the two companies proved disastrous. I think this is not 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 uh, not that it can go with together, because a plaintiff is a person. I don't think that this sentence wants a person. I think that this sentence want a thing and abstract thing which have in the company, and the company may oppose to each other because of this thing. And I think that it is negative tone. It's going to make a negative tone for this sentence. So for me, I will choose this because I understand the sentence already, and I think that corporate culture is the answer of this question. Okay, I will give you a definition of corporate culture first. Corporate culture is a noun. It means the beliefs and ideas that a company has and the way in which they affect how it does business and how its employees behave. So you put it in the sentence. Because of differences in corporate culture, the merger between the two companies proved disastrous. So I think this makes sense that I put this word. So which is mean corporate culture. I think it is means วัฒนธรรมร่วมอะไร something like that. Yeah. So I think that the difference of corporate culture maybe make a conflict with the company if they have not the same idea, the same culture. Yeah, so that is why I chose it. I don't think that my tips that I give you is very useful for this question, for this exercise, because I think that the words they give here is not, how to say that, it's not it cannot be used in this sentence. I think this sentence have just one that you can choose it. Yeah. Okay. So my sixth tip is to read a lot. I think that if you read a lot, you will know more words, vocabularies, and it will help you to do a close test. And the seventh tip is to practice a lot too, because if you practice a lot, you will familiar to do the test all the time. Okay, for today, thank you for looking.
Question number 10, page 33. The question said that he claimed he had received verbal blank from his co-workers. First thing I gonna do is analyze the part of speech. So look at this word, verbal. Verbal is an adjective, so after this word is gonna be noun, right? Okay, and next we'll analyze about the meaning. He claimed he had received blah 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 blah. So look at this word, claim. Claim is used when you disadvantage something. When you disadvantage something, you claim that you disadvantage, right? So it means that he is disadvantaged of something that his co-workers does, right? So this word that we're searching for is gonna be a noun, and a noun which means something negative and is an action, right? And this noun, the meanings of this noun must match with the meaning of verbal, which means ที่ใช้คำพูด Okay, so look at our choice. First, merit. Merit is a good thing, even it's a noun, so it's not right. Class action. Class action is a noun, but it's not a negative meaning or a positive meaning. Is neutral. It's not right. Next, corporate culture. Corporate culture is same as class actions. Is a noun, but it's not negative or positive meaning. Retaliation. Retaliation is mean something negative, but your retaliation with verbal, it doesn't make sense. Retaliation is การแก้แค้น Misconduct. Misconduct is likely to be an answer, but misconduct is an unacceptable or illegal behavior, especially by a person or a group in position of authority. But in our question it mentions just co-workers. It not indicates something like a person or a group which is a position of authority, right? So it's not right, it's not correct. So next, arbitration. Arbitration is mean อนุญาโตตุลาการ so it's unrelated. It's not right. Next, undervalue. Undervalue is a verb, so it's not the thing we want. So next, sentiment. Sentiment is a noun, but it means การจัดการ is not a good or a bad meaning. It's neutral, so it's not correct. So next, allegation. Allegation is mean การกล่าวหา การกล่าวหา is a noun and is something negative meaning, but verbal allegation การกล่าวหาที่ใช้คำพูด is redundancy, so I think it's not our answer. So next, unsolicited. Unsolicited is an adjective, so it's not right. So next, plaintiff. Plaintiff is a noun, but it's a person, right? It's not an action, so it's not right. And the last one is our answer abuse. Abuse means การข่มเหง a verbal abuse การข่มเหงโดยใช้คำพูด yeah it makes sense it's like verbal bullying something like that so this is our answer he claimed he had received verbal abuse from his co-workers thank you
ก็ความรักไม่ใช่